Welcome back to RuleVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith, and I've got a property for you. This one is in Izard County, Arkansas, and I'm lowering the price because it's been on the website for a while. So I'm knocking the price down and see if someone takes it. I'm making the price $449. It's about just over a third of an acre. It's on a paved road, and it's got a power line in the back, and there's a house next door. So let's take a look at this one. So this is Izard County, Arkansas. Just saying it's 0.35 acres, just over a third of an acre. Let's pull up the map and take a look at where we're at. So this one's got a power line in the back of the lot, and it's got a paved road in the front of the lot, and it's got a bunch of I think there's cedar trees. And beyond the power line looks like a farmer's field, maybe some cattle or maybe some hay or crops or something. Looks like the farmer's got a pond down here too. So the neighbor has looks like they cemented their driveway and they're mowing their lawn and they're taking care of the place. This just looks like a basic house. And this lot requires 1,000 square foot minimum build on the first floor, and 900 square foot of that's required to be heated, like insulated in, sealed in, and heated. So some of it could be a carport, for example. So we'll zoom out a little bit. Let's take a look down at some of the other information of this one. I was asking $449. Let's make sure the buy it now works because I just updated that. Yeah, $449. Fill out your title, tax, contact information, hit next, and I'll do the paperwork to get the thing into your name. Property taxes have been just under $30 a year. This one will be coming out of Earth Adventures, little company I'll sign off on. And yeah, no fees. And so here's some resorts that are in the area. There's an elementary school, there's a post office, hospital not too far away, pizza shop. I got the building permits on here, so you can look through building permit fees and things. And I also have the regulations for the community on here, and it's just like a 2-page, well, maybe 3 pages. And I was just looking at it a minute ago. You can pull it up and look at it and read it yourself. But the main thing that's in there is each dwelling unit must have at least 1,000 square foot of floor space, including carport, with at least 900 square foot of the space heated and on the first floor level. So that's it. That's the main thing, and then there's some basic stuff, but that's a lot of it's just signatures and things out of 3 pages. So this was done in, when was this signed off? 1973. So 1973 they created this neighborhood, and that's, rules were a lot easier back then. So it's just a simpler set of rules to live by. Yeah, so let's zoom out. We didn't look at the area, but the area here, we're by some lakes. We're in northern Arkansas. Here's some golf courses, and this is Crown Lake. Crown Lake has some really good bass fishing and just boating, and there's a nice harbor down at the bottom. You can take your boat out and go zing around the lake. If you go a little bit further around the area, there's lots of other lakes to explore, streams, rivers, towns, lots of woods, natural area, and parks to go figure out how far the trails go and what's at the end of them, right? So there's a lot of outdoor wilderness stuff. Mountain Home is just over here. You can get supplies there. The Ash Flat is over this way. If we pull up the map, I think this is Ash Flat. Nope, I zoomed out too far. So Horseshoe Bend's here. The property's over here. Ash Flat's here. Ash Flat's just not very far away at all. So there's a Walmart Supercenter in Ash Flat, for example. So if we get out of here and we go to the GPS coordinates, which you can click on your phone by going to the description of this video and go, follow the link to my website. You can click on the GPS coordinates to get driving directions to the property, or you can click on it in your computer to play with the map. So I'm going to zoom in on this property. Well, first let's do the Walmart in Horseshoe Bend. Sorry, the Walmart in Ash Flat. See how far away that is. So just give you an example. It's 10.3 miles to the Walmart in Ash Flat, and a couple different routes you can take. And from there you can get all kinds of supplies to put your house together. And there's grocery stores that are closer yet. So you're not very far away from the supplies to go make it happen. Let's zoom in on the property here. Well, I might have to do that again because I just hit the wrong button. Let's hit this again, and we'll get one that's actually got a pin on it because I was trying to get rid of the map. So we're zooming in on where the property's at, and let's turn the satellite picture on. Let's get rid of this thing. So it's right here next to the house, and as we keep zooming in, let me make sure it's not behind my head. Yeah, so it's a big chunk of woods here next to this house, and if we hit control, we can go 3D and see if it's like, make sure it's not in the bottom of swamp or something. And I think these are all cedar trees. There's a lot more cedar trees in this area than oaks. I think it's a lot of oaks and maples around the area, but this section seems to be more cedar trees. Looks like a nice pond there in the back. Yeah, so it looks pretty flat. I mean, it looks pretty flat and sound ground. I don't see any water coming or going or sitting in there or anything. I think we can get street view on this street, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we can get the little street view guy right in front of the property. And this was November 2013 they took these pictures, so it's been 5 years since then. This is North Van Winkle Drive. There's a mailbox in front of the neighbor's house. They've got mail, and this is the wrong side of the street, but they've got cedar trees over there. There's the power line skipping across the street to come in the back to come to your lot, and it's just a bunch of cedar trees. So you take out a couple cedar trees, and you got a driveway. Take out a couple more, and you got a place to build a house. And it just looks like all flat ground. It doesn't even look like, well, the neighbor put a culvert, but it doesn't look like it's really being used even to route water one way or the next. Yeah, so there's your property. So $449 is what I'm asking for this one. It's online. You can click the buttons to run with it. And yeah, so that's Izard County, Arkansas, 0.35 acres for $449. If you want to go for it, please hit the button below, the link below, to check out with it, fill out the information, and I'll sign it over, make it yours. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith at ruralvacantland.com.